Hi, I'm Pei Chi, and I'm a junior in English Medium High School in Hollywood, and I have a hearing loss. Um, so the history of my hearing loss dated back from when I was a baby. I made frequent visits to hospital because of my high fever, and so the doctor there was trying to bring my fever down. And there's are various reasons as to why I have hearing loss. The first one is when I was in the hospital, the doctor was trying to bring my fever down due to antibiotic, and so they injected the first antibiotic into me, and then it didn't work, and so they injected the second antibiotic, which is at the time is an overdose for a young child, and so the doctor are saying that the overdose of an antibiotic could lead to some hair cell loss. And the second reason why is like the fever itself could have burned some hair cell. And so challenges. In high school, one of the main challenges is obviously communication, because communication is usually based on listening skills, and there are a lot of misunderstanding like within my peers. It was really difficult for me to come out of my hearing loss because I can remember I used to be very outgoing, very communicative. However, after I realized the importance of my hearing loss, friends become, drift away. They drift away. And so I realized the impact of having hearing loss. And so from then on, I became isolated. And so I didn't want to interact with anyone. I didn't want to have any attention from anyone. I just don't want to talk at all. And so because of that, I have many challenges, such as missing some classes information, which I have to repeatedly ask the teacher what he or she just taught me. So that isolation started from around probably in 7th grade until probably the sophomore year of my high school, because I did not know how to tell people to understand me. And so until my teacher of deaf and hard of hearing recommended me to prepare a PowerPoint to tell my classmate about my hearing loss. And at first I hesitated a little bit because I was not comfortable sharing my disability. Along with that, family are also against my disability. They keep on persuading me that, oh, I'm just normal, like everybody else. And so they're going to treat me normally. They're going to have normal expectation. And so, like for instance, when I was wearing hearing aid at home, I was about to take them off, but sometimes I just forgot to. And so my dad would look at me and look at my ear and said, take those hearing aids off, you don't need them. And so that made me realize how much my family are against me having a disability, and they also tell me to hide my hearing aid with my hair, and tell me a story about how if you go back to Taiwan, where I was from, hide your hearing aid with your hair. Don't ever tie your hair up, because your aunt, your uncle, your relative, your cousin gonna laugh at you and make fun of you. So having a disability is not really welcome in the Chinese culture. So what it basically means is just that if you have a disability in the Chinese culture, you're basically considered as a child with no future. And so a child who cannot do anything, and usually bring a family reputation down, and so which lead other people making fun of my family and how my mother couldn't give birth to a healthy child, and so they find my mother and myself. And so that made me realize the big challenges there is that schools, I mean, my family's against it, and I'm also against it. It made me go against myself. And so the PowerPoint thing, I find when I did it, I feel like a huge weight has been lifted from my shoulder, and I became really excited, and I wanted to share more about my story. And so from then on, I became more confident, and I became more interactive, and I make sure to tell people I've hearing loss, and that there's something you should be aware of. So after from the PowerPoint, the success began to roll in, and so the success are joining tennis, which is my first step in communicating with many people, and from freshman year to today, I still love my tennis team. They're just really supportive, and they're just like family to me. And so that's a huge step forward for me. And then after that, I started joining clubs, activity. As right now, I'm a treasurer in Klee Club. I'm part of National Honor Society, and I'm becoming an officer for National Honor Society next year. I'm trying to start a club that's mainly focused on kids. It's just a lot of activity, and it just really keeps me busy. I volunteer in the hospital. I do many work and activity that make me feel like it's part of the community. And so I often forgot that I actually have a hearing loss. And yeah. Okay, my future plan. For my future plan, I plan to take more AP classes and CNA as I'm trying to aim for a medical field. Some AP classes including AP Calculus, AP Literature, AP Psychology, CNA, and History in the summer. Okay. Future plan, so the university I'm looking at is UCLA and other UC school, because I heard that they have a really good dentistry program, which is a major that I'm going to major in, the pediatric dentistry. And I'm planning to open up a clinic in California